Whoa! Howdy everyone, Tampa J here. Welcome back to the channel. Today we start this video in Newcastle, Indiana, my hometown and birthplace. If you're wondering what the heck and how did he get to Indiana, well, I'll explain that along the way. I am limited on my time here. I wasn't going to make a video, but things got better for me and I was able to fire up the camera and hang out with you all. And hanging out with you all is my absolute favorite. Thanks for always joining me, guys. We are on our way to see the last performance site of the one, the only, Elvis Presley. Yes, his last performance concert site was right here in Indiana, and I'm gonna show you just where that was. But in the meantime, on our way, we're gonna see some old, cool and wacky things that I grew up seeing as a kid here. So I'm excited to make this one, guys. Come along with me. This is my hometown, my heartland, the place where I come from. I cannot forget the people who love me, just like John Mellencamp once sung. Right here, back home in Indiana. There is much ahead. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce you to an old friend of mine, Corey, the Ice House Giant. He's been here since I was a little guy. Actually, he hasn't changed much. Long before I was born, Corey belonged to Marathon Gas Company. He used to sit outside of an old Marathon gas station. Corey actually has a cousin out in Montpelier, and you can actually see that giant in the opening credits of the TV series Parks and Recreation. Corey the Ice House Giant sits right behind the Ice House Tavern, a popular spot here in Newcastle, home of the famous steak sandwich. And it is scrumptious diddly umptious, my friends. I've been eating those steak sandwiches since I was a kid. If you want to come have a steak sandwich in the old Ice House, or maybe a Boilermaker or a brewski, you got to come to 1550 Walnut Avenue. They have the coldest beer in town. He's a cool looking dude. Check out his mustache there. I like his handlebar mustache. He does look cold. Hey, you friends with Corey, the Ice House Giant? You taking him a beer? Don't let it fool you. The Ice House Tavern is a pretty cool spot inside. It's a little dive. You can see Corey back there looking out over Indiana Avenue. This used to be an old ice factory, is what I was told. Makes sense because it sits along these old railroad tracks over here. Looks like the railroad company left a couple of relics just sitting here in the middle of Newcastle. There's an actual train right there. I'm the king of the world! Alright, I'm getting off here. I don't want to get in trouble. That was fun though. I just couldn't wait to show you Corey, guys. I've been passing by this giant since I was a little kid. And actually, just beyond that tree line, there's a building over there, and that's where I went to preschool. Over there at the growing tree. Now it's a consignment shop. Welcome to downtown Newcastle at Main Street and Broad. Used to cruise Broad Street in high school. Saturday night back in the early 2000s, that was still a thing. I spent many of those weekends, many of those nights, cruising up and down right here on Broad Street in old downtown Newcastle. Those were the days. That was a fun time. We come to Edwards Diamonds, Edwards Jewelry Store, where my grandmother worked way back in the 1950s and 60s. Still here today and still operating. Wow. Here's a photograph of my grandma Laura standing right here where we're standing back in the mid to late 60s, I believe, right here on Broad Street. She was walking into work, the Hallmark store right there, and if you can look in the background, you can make out the old Henry County Courthouse building. And this window here, as we see in the photo, this was the Hallmark store, and she was about ready to walk into her work here. Grandma passed away in 1986. I was born in 1987. Tragically, I never got to meet her, but I've heard of how wonderful and awesome of a lady she was, and how much she loved Elvis Presley. Y'all come back now. You hear? There's more than corn in Indiana. Well, sometimes. Say hello to the baker man of Shirley. Check him out, he's pretty awesome. He sits right next to this liquor depot, this old liquor store. Just sitting up there on top of the sign, just waving. Actually, at one time, on top of that cylinder in his hand was actually, I believe, a cake. The cake is long gone. The baker man's actually staring across the street at the old train station. I'm standing exactly where the old train tracks used to be. Down there in front of us is part of an old train. It's all tarped off, sitting on some of the old tracks. Just a portion left. Looks like it's some sort of a weather experiment or something, maybe. Looks like an old caboose, but look at the age. Wow, it's deteriorating. There's the old door. Looks like an old box car. Oh, there's a hole there. Can't really see into it though. Very cool though. And beyond the train is this cage. It says jailhouse, originally built for a black bear. I wish I could get in there. Actually, it wouldn't take too much if I had a knife. Zip tied off, but I won't go there. But I wonder if there was a black bear in here at one time. That's pretty sweet, huh? Patty cake, baker's man. Bake me a cake as fast as you can. This mural on the wall of this building before you get to Main Street tells us that Shirley was established in 1890. I love seeing the Indiana state flag and that steam locomotive there. It's very awesome. Here's a quick glimpse down Main Street. As you can tell, there's not too much going on around here, or at least not today. This good old small town. There's the post office. Again, the water tower. Well, looky what we have here in Fortville, Indiana. A pink elephant holding a martini. We just saw this same elephant on Highway 41 in Florida, just north of Inverness. That one though, it had glasses, but that one did not have the martini. His feet are huge. Check out his olive there in the martini. What is that, shaken, not stirred? Oh, don't want to shake it too hard. Sitting alongside the highway here. Look over there. There's a classic Dairy Queen sign. I just had to show this iconic looking Dairy Queen. So classic. I've actually eaten there before a long time ago with my family. But I love the old ice cream cones there on the entryway and exit. Oh, all locked up. Now how in the heck did this thing get out here? Who knows? Still cool though. Double-decker bus all the way from London town. This bus was on display at the Omaha, Nebraska Aqua Zone U.S. Swimming Trials Olympics in London in 2012. Double-decker bus sits right behind the barber shop in a caboose. Now this place is pretty freaking awesome. This is just the back side of it. The actual caboose, where I'm assuming you get your haircut inside. It's almost like you walk into a train station. There's the ticket window there to the left, and the conductor greeting you there on the right. Hello, conductor. Thanks for leaving the light on. I know it gets awfully dark here in McCordsville at night. 8 to 6 p.m. Although, it's Sunday. They're not open. Oh, who's there in there? Well, hi. Didn't expect to see you in there. You look familiar. Doesn't he kind of resemble someone we know? Or maybe you know? I don't know. The ticket guy. And right in front of the ticket guy is the Indiana state bird. A pretty little cardinal there. Hey buddy. Pretty bird. Pretty bird. The side of the McCordsville barber shop, the chimney, the smokestack there, like the barber shop pole, painted just like that. And in the front, facing the road, is this guy over here getting his shoe shine. Get a rhythm. When you get the blues, oh, get a rhythm. When you shine the shoes. Kind of redid the song there, but the shoe shine boy getting low down because he's got the dirtiest job in town. Bending low at people's feet. on a dirty corner of a windy street. Johnny Cash, I did the best I could do. Did the best I could do. Welcome to the McCordsville Barbershop, ladies and gentlemen. It is a cool place. I would love to go inside sometime. Just like this little fella and his little doggy there in the wagon. It's almost like a mobile pool right now though. Don't drink it, buddy. I don't think it's sterile. Don't drink that water. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Indiana Stonehenge. Made from Indiana limestone. Right here in Broad Ripple, Indiana. Just north of Indianapolis. I came out here to find something else, but I found this instead. Well, I'm still trying to find that something else. But this is pretty cool, isn't it? This is pretty cool. All limestone lined up here, leading to the back wall of the Indianapolis Arts Center, right there behind those tree limbs. Oh my goodness. The door is wide open. We can go inside, but check this out. I'm gonna check it out. Hey, I wonder if they have indoor plumbing. Whoa. Oh, there's a sign over here. John McNaughton, Twisted House, 2005. I've got this whole park to myself. This whole house to myself. Check out the windows up there. They've been twisted as well. The roof coming down into the ground there. You can walk right underneath it. Looks like there's been some damage though. Some damage to the house. Here's the inside. Look at that. Whoa. There's a little window there to the attic. This one just goes right out the back side. There's the front door. This is pretty sweet. Okay, Elvis fans, thanks for hanging in there. It's finally time to head to the last concert site of the King of Rock and Roll. Let's head downtown. Welcome to Indianapolis, my friends. It's good to be back at the crossroads of America. We're almost there. Man, these buildings look a lot bigger than I remember them too. A lot bigger than buildings in downtown Tampa. Welcome to the corner of Alabama and Market Street in downtown Indianapolis. If you're wondering where the site or concert venue where Elvis performed, if you're wondering where that is, well, we're actually standing on it because it's no longer here. So to find the spot where Elvis last performed, you gotta come to the Whole Foods Market. And right in front of the Whole Foods Market is the plaque that commemorates the spot. And it's right over here on the sidewalk. We're walking right up on it to where Market Square Arena used to sit. And there's the King right there. Ladies and gentlemen, Elvis has left the building, and unfortunately the building has left Indianapolis, where on June 26, 1977, Elvis Aaron Presley performed his final concert. A scarf given by Elvis at the concert and words of remembrance from his fans have been encased in this marker so that a future generation may choose to reveal the memories 100 years from this date, June 26, 2002. So it's a bit of a time capsule. Look at that. Elvis Presley. Man, what a tragedy. As I said, my grandmother was a diehard fan. My dad, he was born on Elvis's birthday, January 8th. He was almost named Elvis, but I don't think Grandpa liked it. His name is Jay though, just like me. Anyways, back to Elvis and Market Square Arena. This is awesome. I came further down Market Street to show you this old photograph of Market Square Arena. It was demolished on July 8th, 2001. I remember watching it on television. I remember watching it being blown up. But if you look here today, you can see this old building here, and down there is where Market Square Arena was, and you actually would drive right underneath it towards Monument Circle. The old Market Square is down there on the right. Here's an actual picture from that night in 1977. I found a few other pictures online of that performance. But there he was. He passed not too long after that performance. So tragic. So young too. I always forget how young he was. Thanks to my family, I have a lot of memories inside Market Square Arena. The first time I ever went to a concert, Mom took me to see Garth Brooks back in 1993. The Ringling Brothers, Barnum and Bailey Circus. The first place I saw Michael Jordan play. We used to come to the Pacers games. I was a Pacers and Bulls fan. A lot of memories right here. I wish I was alive back in 1977 so I could have had the opportunity to come see the King play in my home state. That would have been awesome. I was born 10 years later though. Dad always talks about how he wanted to take Grandma that night to see Elvis, and you know, you never think. You always think, oh well, he'll come back around. He'll come back through. But no. This was where the King of Rock and Roll ended his career. Tragically. We did not know that he'd be passing away that fall. Man, I wish I could have seen him perform. Big fan of Elvis. And if you're a big fan, I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you liked anything in the video. I appreciate it. I came to Indianapolis, I came to Indiana for the weekend, less than 48 hours. My first cousin got married. We had a beautiful wedding yesterday. Congratulations to my cousin Cassidy and Kyler. Thank you so much for having me. I know it was a stressful situation. That gate behind me just kind of like closed on its own. That was weird. Is that Elvis? Maybe Elvis really did just leave the building. But anyways, yes, I had to come here for family. Family is so important to me. We put off this wedding 3 or 4 times. It was supposed to happen back in March. And yesterday, safely and surely, we were able to go to the wedding. My family and I, we were all able to attend. Social distance was amazing. The way they did it, it was just a beautiful day, and I was so happy to see them so happily on that beautiful day. It was awesome to be here. But anyways, I have to go back to Tampa. Got to get back on a jet plane, and I got to end this video. But I'll see you next time, guys. Thanks for joining me here in my home state. It wouldn't have been the same without you. I was so excited to share all this with you guys. Thank you so much. I am Tampa J, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. When I dream about the moonlight on the Wabash, I long for my Indiana home. Goodbye, everyone. There is much ahead.